Hey there, race fans and horse enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into a topic that's got the racing world buzzing: the complex world of sire rankings and the impact of prize money. It's a fascinating debate that's been brewing for a decade, and I'm excited to share my thoughts and insights with you. So, let's start with a burning question. How do we determine the champion sire of the season? It's not as simple as you might think. Traditionally, progeny earnings have been a key factor, but with races like the Everest offering supercharged prize money, things get a little messy. The Everest, with its massive prize pool, has caused quite a stir among traditionalists. They argue that it unfairly shapes stallion rankings, and I have to say, I see their point. Just think about it. A single race can drastically alter the earnings of a sire's progeny, potentially skewing the overall rankings. Now, let's look at a real-life example. In the second edition of the Everest, Redzel's win earned his sire, Snitzel, a massive $6.55 million. That's a significant chunk of change. But here's the interesting part. Snitzel's highest earner this season, Lady Shenandoah, didn't even win a race, yet she collected $2.5 million. So, if it's not just about prize money, what else should we consider? One approach is to look at the number of winners a sire produces. In that case, Capitalist from Newgate would take the crown. But here's the catch. This method favors sires with more progeny in the race, giving them a greater opportunity to win. It's like having more tickets in a lottery draw. Your chances of winning increase. Alternatively, we could focus on stakes winners, which is where Snitzel shines. But again, this method has its flaws. It's like judging a book by its cover. We might miss out on some hidden gems. So, what about winners to runners rates? This metric measures success relative to opportunity. It's an interesting approach, but it's not without its imperfections either. When we filter out stallions with fewer than 20 winners, we find that the top-ranked sires either don't stand in Australia or have left the country. Take Ace High, for example. This New Zealand-based stallion tops the rankings with an impressive 63.2% winners to runners rate. Justify, who shuttled to Coolmore, Australia, comes in second with a 62.4% rate. But here's the twist. Both of these sires are not actively standing in Australia, which raises questions about their long-term impact on the local racing scene. When we look at active Australian-based sires, Newgate's Brutal takes the lead with a 57.5% rate, followed by Darley's Harry Angel at 55.9%. Piro, Russian Revolution, and Stratosphere also rank highly, showcasing the depth of talent in the Australian breeding industry. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Snitzel, despite his success, only ranks 28th in the winners to runners category, with a 50% rate. The median rate for the 172 sires we considered is 44.8%. So, while Snitzel is a champion in many ways, he doesn't quite dominate this particular metric. Now, let's talk about stakes winners to runners rate. Here, Darley's Ghaiyyath takes the top spot with an impressive 8.6% rate. Ace High comes in second, followed by Vadermo's. Snitzel, the ever-present stallion, ranks fourth with a 5.8% rate. But again, we must consider the context. Filtering out sires with fewer than 20 winners, we see a different picture emerge. Roaring Lion, with a perfect 60% rate, and Fast Company at 50% have sky-high rates, but with small numbers of runners. It's a reminder that sometimes, less is more. Lastly, let's explore a category that's often overlooked: the impact sires have on their progeny aged 4 and over. It's an interesting perspective, considering that around 63% of prize money in Australia is won by horses in this age group. When we consider this category, Zoustar takes the lead, with his older progeny accruing $16.1 million in prize money. Snitzel comes in second, followed by Encanto. The Autumn Sun and Fastnet Rock round out the top 5. In terms of stakes winners aged 4 and older, Zoustar leads again, with 9 stakes winners. Harry Angel follows with 7, while Snitzel has 6. So You Think and Written Tycoon have 5 apiece. When it comes to winners aged 4 and over, Swettenham's Toronado takes the top spot with 122 winners, closely followed by So You Think and Zoustar. So, what have we learned today? Well, determining the champion sire is a complex task, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's a delicate balance between prize money, number of winners, and the impact on older progeny. Personally, I think it's important to consider a range of factors, and not get too caught up in any one metric. After all, racing is a dynamic sport, and the breeding industry is an art in itself. So, let's appreciate the complexity and keep the debate going. Until next time, keep those eyes on the track and those minds curious.